My entire family consists of villains. I am the sole naive and innocent one in the household. At the dining table, my mother is reading my year-end summary aloud. This year, you feigned sorrow and cried a total of 24 times, of which you were exposed 23 times. The remaining instance was prompted when someone stepped on your foot, turning your pretended tears into genuine ones. Throughout the year, you managed over 1,000 forced smiles and cursed the term fool hundreds of times, yet you uttered such words for real on 0 occasions. Do you recall the day of the sports meet? In your quest to attract a man, you pretended to faint, yet no one in the entire field took notice. This year, your only strategy for dealing with those you despise has been to report them to the teacher. Your annual keyword is spineless. Keep striving, Lu Xiaokui. The dining table fell silent. My green tea sister sighed and looked at me with affection, saying, "Sister, you are such an embarrassment to me." Her phone screen illuminated, and I caught a glimpse of the contact labeled as 188 the aloof school hunk, 10.21, who had just messaged, "Baby, when you ignore me, it makes me so sad. Crying now." Transfer. 520000 note. Voluntary gift. This is ridiculous. Even the aloof school hunk has been reduced to a pet by my sister. As for me, the elder sister, I have yet to even hold a man's hand. My wicked younger brother glared at me with a stern expression, attempting to offer comfort. "It's all right. As long as you are alive, that's what matters. If anyone bullies you, I will take action." My brother never speaks falsehoods. Just last week, a boy snapped my bra strap and called me landmine girl. I was about to cowardly report him to the teacher when my brother bought 10 pounds of piranhas and tossed them into the pool while that boy was swimming. I heard he is still in the ICU, teetering between life and death. I lowered my head in melancholy. "Dad, Mom, I am far too naive and innocent. I am unworthy of being your family member. Perhaps I should run away from home." I dabbed at the non-existent tears at the corners of my eyes, speaking in a tone as light as tea. To my surprise, the butler, old Wang, burst in. "Sir, madam, there is a little girl in a white dress at the door. She claims to be the true eldest daughter of the Liu family." My expression fell. This is absurd. The 25th attempt to feign tears and elicit sympathy has once again failed. Why is it so difficult to play the green tea role and evoke pity? There always seems to be someone interrupting my performance. Wait a moment. I seem to be the true daughter of the Liu family. Oh heavens! Could it be that I am actually a false heiress? My entire family consists of villains, and I am the sole naive and innocent one among them. At the dining table, my mother is reading my year-end summary aloud. This year, you pretended to be pitiful and cried 24 times, of which you were caught 23 times. The remaining instance was due to someone stepping on your foot, turning your feigned tears into genuine ones. Throughout this year, you have faked smiles over 1,000 times, resorted to calling people fools hundreds of times. You have never truly uttered a curse. Do you remember the day of the sports meet? You feigned fainting to attract a man, only to find that no one on the field paid any attention. This year, your sole tactic for dealing with people you dislike has been reporting them to the teacher. Your annual keyword is cowardice. Keep it up, Lu Xiaokui. An awkward silence envelopes the table. My younger sister, the green tea princess, lets out a sigh and gazes at me with pity. "Sister, you are such an embarrassment to me." Her phone lights up, and I catch a glimpse of a contact named 188 the aloof school prince, 1021, who has just sent a message. "Baby, I'm so sad that you're ignoring me." Crying. Transfer. 520,000, note. Voluntary gift. I can't believe it. Even the aloof school prince has been turned into a puppy by my sister. As for me, the elder sister, I haven't even touched a man's hand yet. My wicked brother stares at me with a cold expression, attempting to offer comfort. "It's all right. As long as you're alive, that's good enough. Whoever bullies you, I'll take care of them." My brother never speaks untruths. Just last week, a boy flicked my bra strap and called me landmine girl. I was about to cowardly report him to the teacher when my brother directly bought 10 pounds of piranhas and tossed them into the pool while that boy was swimming. I heard he is still in ICU, clinging to life. I lower my head dejectedly. "Dad, Mom, I am too naive and innocent. I simply don't deserve to be your family member. Perhaps I should run away from home." I wipe away the non-existent tears from the corners of my eyes, speaking in a mockingly sweet tone. Unexpectedly, the butler, old Wang, bursts in. "Sir, madam, there's a little girl in a white dress at the door. She claims to be the true eldest daughter of the Liu family." I am taken aback. I can't believe it. My 25th attempt at faking tears for sympathy has failed. Why is it so difficult to feign innocence and evoke pity? There always seems to be someone disrupting my performance. Wait. Could it be that I am actually the true eldest daughter of the Liu family? Oh my god. Am I actually an impostor? A girl named Guruwachai, dressed in a simple white dress, walks into the living room. She nervously fiddles with the hem of her skirt and timidly says, "Mom and Dad, I've finally found you." The nurse in the delivery room back then said she accidentally swapped me with a child of another village girl. She looks at me, suddenly bursting into tears. "Sister, I know you don't like me, but I can leave. I just really want to be with my biological parents. Sister, I want to take your place. Just let me stay with Mom and Dad for a while. I beg you." Guruwachai's voice trembles, yet it resonates throughout the living room. I look at her, filled with guilt. She is so pitiful. Even though I have done nothing wrong, I inexplicably feel guilty for having bullied her. I sniffle, almost crying alongside her, until I glance around and notice my entire family is completely unfazed. My formidable father yawns. My venomous mother admires her manicured nails. My green tea sister remarks, "Your crying is not appealing. You should practice more." My wicked brother quips, "Hey, your snot is running." Guruwachai hastily sniffs back her tears. After realizing my brother is teasing her, she angrily bites her lip. I shoot my brother a glare, unable to suppress my soft complaint. Why are you mocking her when she is crying so sorrowfully? My brother remains expressionless. Fool, getting sold, and still counting money for others. I retort angrily, "You're the fool. Counting what money? I didn't take any." My sister lets out a long sigh. "Sis, this little girl is subtly implying that you, the fake heiress, look down on her, envy her, and will drive her away." I scratch my head, taking a closer look at Guruwachai's pale little face. She looks both wronged and innocent. I become more resolute and rebut loudly, "Impossible. She is so pitiful. You must be overthinking it." Upon hearing this, Guruwachai suddenly stops crying. She angrily points at me. Look at her. With a simpleton like her, I could hardly hear her even if I had crickets. How could she possibly be your biological child? Someone like me, a green tea princess, is undoubtedly more like family with you. My father, who had been silent, nods thoughtfully while habitually picking up a cigar. Noticing my displeased expression, he puts down the torch, places the cigar in his mouth, and chews on it. "All right. What do you want?" he asks Guruwachai. A flicker of excitement passes through Guruwachai's eyes as she bites her lip and sobs. "I want to join this family and experience the familial love I've missed. Whenever I see Dad, Mom, my brother, and sister, I feel a sense of familiarity. This family must be warm and loving. Everyone must be kind and wonderful." I scratch my head and gently suggest, "How about you go check out another family?" I seriously suspect she has come to the wrong place, for the words she uttered do not resonate with my family's essence at all. However, Guruwachai's lips quiver, ready to cry once more. "All right, stop crying." My sister steps forward, gently holding her hand. "Sister, stay with us." Looking at my sister's smile, I shiver. I cannot help but silently mourn for Guruwachai. Although I have no idea what scheme my sister is concocting, she is the matriarch of the Green Tea clan. Every time she smiles, it surely spells trouble. Guruwachai first cozies up to my mother. "Mom, you are truly young and beautiful. Before coming here, I heard others say you were a venomous beauty, and I was quite scared. Now I realize they were all jealous of you and intentionally slandering you. Mom, I adore you so much. I want to stay by your side forever." Her flattery warms my mother's heart, and a few words have my mother smiling from ear to ear. My mother gently pats Guruwachai's head. "All right, good daughter. Mom needs to go feed the pets now. You play by yourself for a while." "I want to go too," Guruwachai exclaims eagerly. "Mom, I love little animals as well." My mother beams with joy. "Is that so?" Guruwachai glances at me, pouting. "Sister, aren't you going?" But then again, it makes sense. After all, you aren't biological. So you wouldn't share the same love for little animals like Mom and I do. Before she finishes her sentence, my mother has excitedly whisked her away. Sitting on the sofa, I take a big spoonful of cake and shove it into my mouth, swallowing down my advice. Guruwachai is right. My mother and she are indeed biological mother and daughter, connected by blood. Therefore, Guruwachai should also adore the venomous snakes and scorpions my mother raises, right? 5 minutes later, a piercing scream echoes from the basement. Guruwachai's face turns pale as she collapses to the ground, kicking her legs frantically. Before her are countless glass cabinets housing snakes of various colors and sizes, their pupils wide, hissing and flicking their tongues while fixating on her. Guruachai stares in terror, her fingers trembling as she points accusingly at me. You did this on purpose. You wanted to see me humiliated, which is why you didn't tell me that mom raises these disgusting things.
Ha.
Truly a fake heiress, she appears naive, but is actually quite scheming. Good heavens. So, I seem so clever in her eyes. I humbly wave my hand. You're overthinking it. You're the one who said that mother and daughter share similar tastes. So, I thought you would also like these. My mother is referred to as a venomous beauty by others, and that is quite literal. She enjoys raising snakes and scorpions. When I was 6 years old and had a high fever, she placed a snake on my forehead. Under the guise of providing a cooling effect, I, already timid by nature, found myself in a daze from the heat. Upon opening my eyes, I was startled to meet the gaze of a black python, its small green bean-like eyes locking onto mine. I nearly fainted from fright. My father forbade my mother from using snakes to tease me any longer. While my brother and sister were unperturbed, they preferred the preservation of snakes and scorpions as specimens for display rather than caring for them as pets. To protect her precious child from harm, my mother also prohibited them from approaching the basement. Now, after much effort, my mother had finally found a good child who adored pets. She was utterly thrilled. Ruocha, why are you sitting on the floor? My mother returned, carrying 2 frozen white mice, their tails swaying. Ruocha's complexion turned pale. She struggled to stand, her eyes filled with fear and resistance, instinctively retreating. Unable to bear it, I couldn't help but say to my mother, Mom, she seems afraid of them. My mother paused, her expression shifting to one of disappointment. Oh, is that so? She forced a smile. If you're scared, you can go upstairs with Xiaokue for now. Upon hearing this, Ruocha suddenly panicked. Mom, don't listen to her. I'm not scared at all. She clenched her fists and shot me a furious glare. Don't you dare slander me. I'm Mom's biological daughter, and I wouldn't be afraid of these little creatures. My mother's disappointment vanished in an instant, and she nodded, touched. Ruocha, truly my good daughter. I have a wonderful surprise for you. Ruocha's eyes brightened. What is it? My mother beamed as she pointed to Ruocha's shoulder.
Look.
Ruocha turned with delight only to find a gigantic African emperor scorpion perched on her shoulder, its curved stinger poised to strike. Her expression twisted in agony, as if donning a mask of suffering. Her lips trembled, yet she dared not scream. The scorpion's stinger glimmered with a chilling blue light, mere inches from her delicate neck. Help, help, Ruocha's voice trembled. Before she could finish her plea, her eyes rolled back, and she fainted, terrified. My mother shrieked, my precious. Frantically, she rushed to Ruocha's side, murmuring, please don't get hurt, as she gently returned the scorpion to its box, completely forgetting the person lying on the floor. I helplessly propped Ruocha up and settled her on the sofa, then turned to my mother and said, Mom, let's not worry about the scorpion for now. We should check on Ruocha. My mother seemed to awaken from her stupor, her face filled with concern. She's still breathing. She's not dead. That's good. I
sigh.
Such is the nature of maternal love. Eventually, my brother dragged Ruocha back to her bedroom as if she were a lifeless dog. Upon waking, Ruocha immediately latched onto my brother. Brother, thank you for bringing me back to my room. Standing bashfully in her spaghetti strap dress at his bedroom door, she asked, Brother, I can't sleep alone. May I sit in your room for a while? My brother regarded her with an impassive expression, looking down at her. After a moment, he raised his handsome eyebrows. Do you really want to come in? Think carefully. Once you enter my room, you won't be able to leave for the entire night. His voice was cold and slightly husky, almost seductive. Ruocha, as if enchanted, nodded instinctively. My brother's smile deepened. All right then, come in. That night, the villa echoed with piercing screams. My sister, looking lethargic, knocked on my door. Sister, do you have any earplugs left? I handed her a large bag and silently glanced up at my brother's room, filled with concern. Can Ruocha really endure an entire night? My sister smiled brightly. Don't worry, sister. She's a biological child of mom and dad, so she'll be fine. Sister, please don't go upstairs to disturb them. For some reason, my sister emphasized the words biological child with particular intensity. Hesitating, I nodded. All right, you make a good point. Just as I finished speaking, an even louder scream erupted, only to abruptly cease. It fell silent. Had it ended? Wonderful. I stretched and returned to bed, sleeping soundly until the next afternoon. When I emerged from my room in search of food, I spotted my brother seated on the sofa, engrossed in his beloved Human Anatomy Atlas. I surveyed the surroundings and couldn't help but ask, Brother, Where's Ruocha? My brother calmly turned a page. She hasn't woken up yet. I nodded and busied myself rummaging through the fridge for snacks. On the third day, even the naive me sensed something was amiss. Brother, Ruocha still hasn't woken up? How could she sleep for 2 days? My brother set down his book and replied coldly, she fell asleep during the 5D horror movie when she was in my room, screaming midway. And she hasn't woken up since.
What?
I exclaimed. Screaming and then sleeping? My hand trembled, spilling chips everywhere. Ignoring the mess, I blurted, Brother, she must not be simply asleep. She has fainted from fright. My brother's eyes widened in realization. Oh, is that so? He nodded, then returned to his reading. My native tongue rendered me speechless. I could only remind him, Brother, hurry upstairs and bring Ruocha down. I'll call the family doctor. My brother replied reluctantly, Is that necessary? Maybe if she sleeps a few more days, she'll wake up. I retorted, if she sleeps a few more days, she'll just rot. My brother begrudgingly agreed.
Fine.
He ascended the stairs and dragged Ruocha out from under the bed, her face pale and eyes tightly shut. The good news was, she was still alive. After 2 injections from the doctor, Ruocha awoke, her eyes wide with fear as she gazed at my brother, then at me. With a sudden cry, she threw her arms around my sister. Sister, you are the only good person in this house. From now on, I want to stick with you. Upon hearing this, the room fell silent. My mother, brother, and I exchanged glances, bewildered. Ultimately, I, the naive one, couldn't help but speak up. Why don't you reconsider? I wanted to say, if you're afraid of scorpions and snakes, how could you dare approach Luyuyu? The moment I spoke, Ruocha erupted like a startled chicken. Her attitude fierce.
No.
No reconsideration. She clutched my sister tightly, glaring at me with hostility. You're just a fake heiress. Your words are definitely insincere. Her suspicious and confrontational gaze left me feeling helpless, and I hurriedly waved my hands in explanation. You might be misunderstanding. However, Ruocha was unyielding, shaking her head like a rattledrum, repeatedly muttering, I don't care. I want to stick with my sister. She will protect me. My sister, struggling for breath due to Ruocha's tight grip, managed to break free, but Ruocha clung even tighter, tearfully saying, Sister, you won't abandon me, will you? My sister sighed helplessly. All right, sister. Then you can come to school with me tomorrow. My father, using his financial prowess, arranged for Ruocha to transfer into my sister's class. However, on the very first day of sitting next to my sister, Ruocha cried again. The advanced class's curriculum was exceedingly difficult, and her classmates' intellect rivaled that of Einstein. Moreover, my sister was a perfectionist among perfectionists, playing on her phone during class, and on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, she played badminton with the school bullies, while on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, she delved into advanced mathematics with the school heartthrob. Her desk was perpetually overflowing with love letters and snacks from admirers. Despite this, she continued to reign supreme at the top of her class, leaving a multitude of scholars in her wake. This stark contrast weighed heavily on Ruocha's heart. She endeavored to find a more admirable boyfriend to overshadow my sister. Yet, after half a month of relentless effort, she discovered that all the eligible and dashing young men in the capital were, in fact, part of my sister's social circle. In a desperate attempt, she resorted to underhanded tactics to fish for a suitor from my sister's pond. Unfortunately, her endeavors were met with failure each time. During the birthday celebration of a prominent heir in the capital, she adorned herself in a white dress and took to the stage to dance. Her graceful movements captured the heir's attention, and he grasped my sister's hand tightly, exclaiming, You look a living music box. Consequently, Ruocha was compelled to dance the night away. When the school bully participated in a basketball match, Ruocha learned that my sister was unable to attend and surreptitiously took the ticket gifted by the bully to the event. She cheered enthusiastically and acted as a cheerleader, even dashing to deliver drinks during halftime. To her dismay, the school bully turned out to be allergic to strawberries, causing him to faint in front of the crowd. Thus, his 3-year reign as champion came to an abrupt end. It was said that he lay in a hospital bed with swollen lips, weeping as he declared that Ruocha and her ilk were to be barred from the basketball court henceforth. After a series of setbacks, Ruocha felt utterly defeated. She languished on the sofa, staring vacantly at the ceiling, muttering, Why does this always happen? I am far more beautiful than she is. Why can't I surpass her? Meanwhile, I, contentedly indulging in cake, cast a sympathetic glance her way and offered her a slice, suggesting, Perhaps some sweets will lift your spirits. Unexpectedly, Guru Ocha swatted my hand away with force. Smack. The white cream splattered across the floor, leaving a red mark on my hand that burned fiercely. How can you be so carefree? She glared at me, her eyes reddened. You've lived a privileged life for over 20 years in my stead. How can you be so unbothered? I will drive you, this impostor, out. The next moment, in a fit of madness, she began to slap herself and pinch her arms. I stood there, stunned, momentarily paralyzed by her self-harm. Perhaps feeling it was insufficient, Guru Ocha seized a cake knife from the table and drew it across her wrist. Blood gushed forth, cascading to the floor. She fixed her gaze on me, a triumphant smile breaking across her face. Lu Xiaokui, if I cannot deal with the other members of the Lu family, do you think I cannot handle you? I will ensure you are forever banished from the Lu family. I will see you stripped of everything. With that, she grabbed a copy of my brother's Human Anatomy Atlas from the shelf and raised a lighter. With a flicker, the flames ignited. My eyes widened in disbelief at the unfolding scene. This was my brother's favorite book. I rushed forward, intent on retrieving the atlas, only to be shoved violently by Guru Ocha, causing me to tumble to the ground. Hearing the commotion, the butler, old Wang, rushed in to extinguish the fire. My parents hastily returned from work, their eyes widening at the sight of Guru Ocha's injuries and the chaos in the living room. My father stroked his chin and looked at me. Lu Xiaokui, did you do this? His tone betrayed no anger, only astonishment and relief. Guru Ocha's expression stiffened as she suddenly burst into tears. Mom, Dad, Ruocha is in so much pain. I hurt all over. In the VIP hospital room, with her wounds bandaged, Guru Ocha lay on the bed, sobbing incessantly. Mom and Dad, brother and sister, TT hurts so much. I don't blame my sister. I made her angry. Silence enveloped the room as everyone stared at her. Her cries grew increasingly pitiful, as if she believed her scheme had succeeded, and I, the false heiress, was finally to be cast out. Ruocha, dear, my sister said, her voice still warm and gentle. What do you wish to do? Guru Ocha abruptly dropped her hands from her face, pointing an accusatory finger at me. I want this impostor to be expelled from our family. Everyone displayed expressions of understanding. My mother sighed and extended her hand to my father. Very well, old Lu, book the flight. Guru Ocha's eyes brightened, her gaze triumphantly fixed on me. Until she heard the next words, let us send Ruocha abroad tomorrow. By the way, arrange for 2 bodyguards to keep an eye on her. She shouldn't return home without reason. Guru Ocha was left dumbfounded. Why? Lu Xiaokui bullied me. Why should I be the one to leave? It seems the tales in novels are true. The genuine heiress is always the one deprived of family love, the one who suffers the most. Guru Ocha lay in the hospital bed, weeping profusely. Dear sister, perhaps you should watch fewer dramas. They might be distorting your mind. My brother could no longer contain himself, unleashing a barrage of sharp words. You orchestrated this yourself, slandering my sister. Lu Xiaokui is just a naive girl. She's more likely to be bullied than to bully anyone. I gazed up at the ceiling, feeling at a loss. Though I knew my brother was defending me, his words were rather harsh. Guru Ocha smiled desolately. See, you still trust her and not me. As another round of arguments loomed, I interjected, enough. This is recorded on surveillance. If you claim I bullied you, are you brave enough to confront me? Having no choice. I had honed the only skill I possessed since childhood, self-preservation. I carried a mini monitor at all times and diligently recorded my daily activities in a journal, ensuring I left no room for malice to take root. The necklace in my hand glimmered with a subtle red light. Guru Ocha's complexion drained of color. If you all conspire against me and wish for me to leave, then I shall go. I will die out there, and do not come looking for me. As she spoke, she attempted to depart, retreating only to halt awkwardly when she saw no one attempting to stop her. Turning back, she shot me a scornful smile. Did you purposely capture this to plot against me? Lu Xiaokui, you are truly a white lotus, adept at feigning innocence. Carrying surveillance is something I taught her. My sister stated boldly. My sister has had this habit since childhood. Do not attempt to twist this against her. You are the one using such clumsy tactics to garner sympathy and shift blame. Guru Ocha then turned to my parents, who remained impassive, their expressions indifferent. My parents were the quintessential antagonists. Attempting to sway them with tears was nothing short of a fantasy. Finally, Guru Ocha was overwhelmed with fear. She cried out, Mom and Dad, brother, sister, I was wrong. Please don't abandon me. I don't want to go abroad. The hospital room echoed with her heart-wrenching sobs. Yet no one showed her sympathy. The following morning, Guru Ocha was escorted onto a plane by 2 bodyguards. Life returned to its usual tranquility, as if she had never existed. I glanced at the hairpin she left behind, feeling a pang of sorrow. After all, we had shared a life for a time, and those memories were not fabricated. I gently picked up the hairpin and placed it in a drawer, letting out a soft sigh. However, just days later, reality would reveal that some individuals are simply not deserving of pity. On the night of my birthday, I was kidnapped. Upon regaining consciousness, I found myself suspended by a rope at the edge of a cliff, with the dark blue, turbulent sea crashing below. I struggled, only to discover that the rope tightened around me with each frantic movement. Desperately shouting for help, my voice was swallowed by the sea breeze, fading into oblivion. A familiar voice emerged from behind, laced with venomous hatred. Lu Xiaokue, it seems you won't survive today. Guru Achao approached me, wielding a dagger. All of this is because of you. I was sent abroad because of you. My mission has failed. My mind momentarily went blank. What mission? She gritted her teeth and replied, your parents' business rivals offered me 5 million to sow discord among your family, to incite them to turn against one another. I never anticipated that my mission would fail because of you. Do you have any idea how dreadful the food was? Those 2 bodyguards were relentless in their watch over me. In truth, you are the genuine heiress, while I am but an impostor. I merely acted so convincingly that I deceived you all. I maintained my silence. Guru Achao's excited laughter abruptly ceased. She widened her eyes. Frustration etched on her face as she glared at me. What's wrong? Are you dumbfounded now that you know the truth? Certainly not. I slowly shook my head. I had already anticipated it. You cannot possibly be the daughter of my parents. Guru Achao furrowed her brow, scrutinizing me with a mocking tone. When did a simpleton like you, mingling with villains, become so astute? My expression remained calm. Initially, I did believe you to be the true heiress, for you are smarter than me, more adept at feigning grievances, and appear more like a member of this household. Until you deliberately tarnished my sister's reputation to seize her boyfriend and burned my brother's favorite book to force me out of the house. Guru Achao's complexion shifted slightly. I sighed gently. You may not have realized, but despite our family's seemingly malevolent demeanor, we always present a united front against outsiders, never resorting to underhanded tactics against one another. As for my family, they are far more astute than I, and they likely recognized your charade long before I did. I spoke slowly. Had you remained quietly abroad, the Lu family could have easily accommodated another child. Yet now, she had not only returned in secrecy, but had also kidnapped me. I shuddered at the thought of how my deranged family would react upon discovering my abduction. Guru Achao sneered. What if you have guessed the truth? You are in my grasp now. Your life or death hinges on my whim. Do you believe you can change anything? I chuckled softly, gazing up at the sky. You underestimate the self-preservation instincts of this simpleton. Just as I have divulged so much to you now, it is merely a tactic to buy time. The necklace concealed a surveillance device, and my diary was merely a facade. Hidden within my earrings was a GPS tracker, which would instantly relay my location to my family if I strayed more than 50 kilometers from home. Guru Achao frowned. She opened her mouth to speak, but before she could utter a word, the whirring of helicopter blades resonated in the sky. Buzzing. My father shouted through the intercom. Guru Achao, release my precious daughter. Guru Achao gritted her teeth, a glint of madness in her eyes. She raised her hand, poised to sever the ropes binding me. Bang! For gunshots rang out in succession. Blood erupted from Guru Achao's limbs. She let out a shriek and collapsed to the ground. Each shot struck with precision, yet none were fatal. Guru Achao lost consciousness from the excruciating pain. I tilted my head back. From the helicopter above, my brother, clad in black, was just retracting his sniper rifle. Upon noticing my gaze, he waved at me, his expression still icy. Yet, he extended 2 fingers, forming a small heart shape for me. Back at home, I remained the same simpleton. I struggled to comprehend the financial concepts my father patiently explained, failed to grasp stock market trends, and despite my best efforts, still could not attract a handsome suitor. I continued to lead a straightforward, yet somewhat clumsy life. Due to the missed celebration of my last birthday, my family unanimously decided to host a belated celebration for me. In the candlelight, I donned a birthday hat. My villainous family members clapped earnestly as they sang a tuneless birthday song. I sincerely expressed, Dad, Mom, brother, sister, thank you all. Though I may be foolish, you have never looked down on me. My parents interrupted. Our precious daughter is not foolish. Do not speak so of yourself. My brother and sister exchanged glances. We should be thanking you. You have given us love and warmth, making this home a haven. My mother gently grasped my hand. You may be afraid of the snakes I keep, yet when the little one falls ill, you worry more than anyone. My father cleared his throat. Only you would scold me, forbidding me from smoking cigars that harm my health. My brother nodded. You take me out to meet new friends, even though they are rather dim-witted. My sister giggled. Sister, you helped me deal with that scoundrel who deceived me last time. You are amazing. My heart felt as if it were filled with something soft and warm. I sniffed, striving to hold back my tears, yet my lips involuntarily curved upward. It turned out that in their eyes, I possessed so many admirable qualities. In a muffled voice, I said, I consider myself quite fortunate to be part of your family. I clasped my hands together and closed my eyes. Silently, I made a wish. May our loving family remain united forever.
The end.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and give a thumbs up to support, and we will meet again in the next story.